Well, one of my very favorite ways to make a chord progression that's familiar and common sound unusual and uncommon has been to create open tunings. I'm not suggesting that you follow in my footsteps. I have 32 and counting, and it's a little bit hard to keep track of them. But I want you to begin to at least open up to the possibility that you might enjoy, and you might get some very different sounds from an open tuning. I'm going to show you a real simple one right now and get your ear used to it if you're new to it. Some of you may already be playing in open tunings, but this is a G tuning. And what I've done is I've tuned my 6th string down from an E to a D. I've got my 5th string from an A down to a G. 4th string D is the same. 3rd string G is the same. 2nd string B is the same, and we bring that high E down a whole step to D. So what we've got is, starting with that 5th string, we've got our root G, we've got a 5th D, another G, a 3rd B, another 5th D. So let's hear. I'm going to show you some real simple chords to play in this tuning for our 1, 5, 6 minor 4 progression. 1 is open. Doesn't get much easier. For our 5 chord, we're going to do 7th fret. I've got 5th string, 4th string, 3rd string is open, and I'm fingering down the 2nd string, all in the 7th fret. This is our D chord, it's our 5 chord. I've got a low D, so I can play that 6th string if I want to, that's a D. Our 6th chord is going to move up just a little bit so that we're in the 8th and 9th frets. I've got my first finger on the 2nd string in the 8th fret. Then I've got the 5th string, the 4th string in the 9th fret. Okay, that's my E minor chord. And my 4 chord is going to be down in the 5th fret, the exact same chord form as our 5 chord was. Here's our 5 chord in the 7th fret. Here's our 4 chord in the 5th fret. So try playing that a little bit, going back and forth. Notice my fingerings, making it as simple as I can. These 2 fingers, here's my 5 chord, they just slide right up to that 9th fret. And I've just got to add my 1st finger here on the 2nd string. There's my E minor chord. So from the 5 chord to the 6 minor, 5, 6, just do that a few times, you get comfortable with it. Back to the 4 chord, and then my open. So I've got a 1 chord, 5 chord, the 7th fret, 6 minor, 4, 1, 5, 6 minor. So you might notice that in all of these chords, we have certain strings that are open and ringing. We've got the 3rd string and the 1st string. We've got our G and our D. And one of the characteristics you'll find in open tunings in general is that they give you a sense of droniness, or a lot of times you're going to be hearing 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 strings just hanging open, giving a real open sound. I think that's part of the name open tunings. So when I first started playing in open tunings, I was really taken by that drony sound, and I would do a lot of strummy things like so I could really hear the drones. that's just one example of many different open tunings. I've given you some of my secrets. Actually, I've given you a list of all the tunings I currently can remember. So you've got those, and I've got a chart. It's also called an open tuning chart that helps you figure out what your 1, 4, 5 chords are, etc., in different tunings. So I've given you some stuff to get you going on open tunings, and your ear is probably the best thing you can use to get you going on open tunings. That's just a little teaser as to what you can find in those tunings. We will be covering a few other open tunings over the entire course, so listen for those. Those are really fun.